Oh, hey. Heavenly Father, I said thank you for waking me up this morning. Thank you for giving me the strength to continue on. Father God, I ask you that you please cover anyone that is connected to me, friends, family, and otherwise, and then cover all those who are connected to them. Father God, we are going to do the best we can with the hand that we are dealt, but we are not opposed to doing any hard work when necessary. We got this. We believe in you, and we got you because you got us. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Ow, what up, y'all? This your boy from Monteroy, your man 50 grand, Darian D. Silk Sims. Getting ready to kick that Breakfast at Silky's podcast off, y'all. Brought to you by Awesome 90.9 WSLK, the American Silk Radio Network, where it's always all silk all the time. I forgot I'm a DJ sometime, y'all. And I done came up with another little well, it's not an invention, but I done figured out a little something on the software that I use. If you know me, when I DJs with virtual DJ. And now I done found the way to pull the vocals and pull the music. Say the greatest song connection that I could chose, but I'm here, babies. Hey! And that's what we gonna do today, man. We kicking it, getting things going, man. It's good to be here. Happy Thursday to you. This your boy D Silk, brought to you by Awesome 90.9 WSLK, the American Silk Radio Network, where it's always all silk all the time. Sponsored in part by City Life Lounge, the home of that smooth karaoke mothership each and every Thursday night. Usually 9 o'clock start time, but I am the karaoke host, and sometimes I go early because I am about legendary service. What's happening, Facebook? What's happening, YouTube? What's happening, y'all? It is awesome to be here with you. I'm so proud to be here with you. And definitely, I know I've been going through some stuff, man. And I like to share with my people. You know, sometimes I get accused of, dude, why you talk so much? Why you be giving up so much information? Well, I mean, that's because I can. Because the information that I give up is all basically gearing towards me. And if I'm going to talk to you about me, then either you're going to shut the F up and listen, or you're going to keep walking, keep scrolling, keep moving, keep doing. And that's what we do when the Darian America Show, Breakfast at Silky's, the podcast is with you, man. Hey, y'all realize that I say this a lot. We actually are walking television shows, y'all. Everybody that has a cell phone that's brave enough to go live, you're a walking TV show. You are a TV show. This ain't back in the day when we used to watch the Cosby Show, man, and we had to wait all the way till next Thursday to hear Heathcliff and Claire and, you know, all of the kids doing stuff. We had to wait a whole week. Now, hey, depending on how they make said show, you can binge watch it in a day. 24 hours, you can sit there and watch the whole first season of Cosby Show, probably the first 3 seasons. Not sure if I would want to go back and watch those anymore, but because I didn't watch them enough. I mean, come on. How many times y'all to say Martin? And the show was good. The show got cut too soon. I think Martin let his bravado get too big. Tisha Campbell let her bravado get too big. Even though, you know, and these are rumors, and that's kind of what I'm touching on today. If Martin was being inappropriate with Tisha Campbell, it's like, I could believe it. And you say that like it's real simple to say. Yeah, Martin probably was. Well, they were playing a role of intimacy, where they were being lovers. That was the character, Martin was trying to marry Gina, and and when you doing those roles and you got to play this loving, affectionate role, that's hard to do, man. Because I would, I like to use myself as an example. I actually was in a love scene in my independent film that I produced way back when, and trust and believe, soon as I got the capability, and I'm right there. It's just a matter of me taking the time to do it. I'm going to play my independent film that I made back when I was in college, when I graduated from college, actually. And I got a love scene in it. Yep, I got a love scene, and I'm gonna tell you something. As an actor, if that's gonna be your goal, your dream, your job, love scenes ain't easy, man. That's yeah. I probably can do them better now because I'm older. But being like 24, 23, 24, whenever I graduated from college, somewhere around there, and you get these beautiful women that's in this role with you, and they kissing you, and you kissing them back, and you trying to give the appearance that sex is going on, and that shit ain't easy. When you look at all the actors today, when you think of Denzel Washington, Wesley Snipes, especially Wesley Snipes. Wes Snipes had some, he had some roles. Hey, I'm gonna be right back, y'all. My guest is here, so don't go nowhere. Yes, sir. I can tell you how good I am. I actually have to go.
And look, I almost pushed that motherfucker too.
You'll be right here. That close that hooker up and make it do what it do. Yep, I'm coming back, Facebook Nation. See, this is the best thing about when you got your own radio station. You can get up and walk around and go open the door and stuff. And we're going to give my special guest, even though he didn't know he was going to be a guest, but he's a guest. Get in there, man. I'm going to get you a chair. I got the governor of Chatham with me. I called him Governor Chili Palmer.
Mayor Penn.
And I am the Mayor Penn. That's right. Let me get this thing all turned around right. There you go.
Mayor Penn.
Yep. The governor.
Mayor Penn. Top of the morning to you, brother. Happy Thursday to you.
Yes, sir. We gonna let you get on that one too. I don't care.
I feel like we on Sway in the morning.
I'm saying, bro. We Southwest Fair. We everywhere, man. So check it out, man. We are here. I got the good governor of Chatham with me, Governor C. Palmer, as I call him, Chili Palmer.
Hello.
That's him. That's what you call him. If you see him in the street, call him Governor Palmer. He'll know where he met you at. How you doing, Governor?
Hello, Darian America.
That's right. The United States champion of justice, fixing America's issues one state at a time, y'all.
Oh, man, morning. What's up, big y'all? How you feel?
I see my girl Kim Possible out there. She on my Darian America feed. I got a few pages. So if you want to kick it with Darian America and the, what I call it, Awesome 90.9, I be drinking and smoking. I forget some stuff. But Kim over here kicking it with us. I see you Possible, man. I got to get down to Texas, man. Hey, I know it's got to be hot down there, right?
It's hot in that mug down there.
She said, shout out from Texas. Yeah, baby. So we about to get into it, y'all. I'm talking smack. I'm kicking it with the governor. You got the Mayor Penn.
Mayor Penn.
I'm the Mayor Penn. It's not
y'all
just Mayor.
Y'all don't even know what a Mayor Penn is, but he's the Mayor Penn.
Yeah.
It's bigger than Mayor.
Yeah.
It's a Penn plus.
I own that. Yes. I accept that.
Yes. And he's the only one. He's the only Mayor Penn in the city of Chicago.
Baby. So we about to get off into this, y'all. I wanted to check a little talk some smack with my dog, Chili Palmer. We kicking it. So the first thing I'm going into, I got to touch on it, man. And I don't know if Palmer is, because Palmer too busy. I would tell you this. This probably the one person in America that don't give no flying fuck about. Let me come over here right quick and let y'all know. He don't care about this topic I'm about to talk about because he's the governor. He shouldn't. So...
But I'm going to be fair about it.
Oh, yeah, he will. He will. He going to have some stuff to say. As soon as I say the name, he going to get ready.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Diddy.
Oh!
Y'all heard Diddy?
Oh!
Yep.
Oh!
And we got sound effects, motherfuckers.
Take that. Take that.
Hey, if y'all don't know, the trial has started.
Yes.
They didn't pick the jurors.
No, they done started.
Yeah, the trial is going. I mean, the jurors are in place.
Yeah, they started.
And the trial has started. So first thing I'm gonna throw out there to you, Gov. And I'm just throwing. And if you hear anything that I'm talking about, 100 degrees a day possible. I see it's hot down there, huh?
Yeah, it's hot.
It's hot up here.
It's 90 here.
Yeah.
It's 90 here, so it got to be 200 there.
I see you, Six Fizzle. Hey, happy belated once again, bro. Hey, you came out and kicked it. Good stuff, 6-4. Yes, sir. So we talking about Diddy right quick, y'all. If you didn't hear me over there, Diddy, we about to start. So, Governor Palmer, my first question to you, sir.
Yes, sir.
What have you thought about the first comments, if you heard any, that Cassie has been saying about Mr. Combs?
The diddler.
The diddler.
The diddler.
The diddler.
I mean, yes. Like, you have to be on the moon with Elon not to know what's going on, I guess. It's
I'm making noise.
I'm just saying, real shit. But, look, let me tell you something. Life is a mother.
Curse, man. We ain't on a regular radio.
Saying, life is a mug.
Okay, I thought you might.
Yeah,
if you want to curse, you can curse.
Yeah,
but this,
life is a mug. And at the end of the day, it's hard to stay relevant. And I put it to you like that. It's hard to stay relevant, and especially in this society nowadays, because it's a culture council. It's a culture council. It's the new culture. Yeah. All that shit.
Yeah.
So the stuff that we were used to back in the day, word of mouth, blase Skippy, it wasn't as damaging. Now, if you did some fucked up shit to somebody, it probably came back on you in different ways.
Yeah.
Depending on how vindictive you probably was back then. But this new culture code, the cancel culture shit, it's like, and in the Diddy's case, let's just go with this.
Come on, that's where we at. Come on.
We already knew that it wasn't about music no more for him. Like, we knew that. It wasn't nothing about signing no artists. It wasn't nothing about none of that. It was about getting rich, and in his case, try dying freakily. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like if you was the hottest mogul or whatever the case might have been for 20 years, which is a big run.
Yeah.
Especially in our era. Like our culture, that's a big run. That's not like Barry Gordon and all that cool ass stuff. That's like trying to keep up with like, it's almost like how you gonna keep yourself relevant throughout the next 20, 40, 30 years, because everybody's changing the game. See, when Diddy started, he thought he changed the game. Right? He thought he changed it. Oh man, we're gonna have this bad boy, we're gonna have this music, we're gonna have all this other stuff. But we already know, in reality, you only want to be a star because of the women, the money, the power, the connections. That's what comes with that territory.
Okay. Well, you know what, man? You said some stuff that just right there that kind of, it snapped in my mind, but now I want to dig a little deeper.
Okay, I'm going to get into it.
Okay. So we just said that Diddy, he had this power, this money, and all that stuff. Have you heard any of the details that Cassie has said since she's been on the stand?
Now, that's when you talk to another devil. That's a whole nother subject on that, because that's beyond power and what you call it. That's just like basically your inner self. So let's just go with this. Would we care if Diddy was a freak had he had no money? Right?
Good question.
Would we care if he didn't have the clout that he had from 20 years ago? So if you think about it, most of us that was following them when it was 20, 30 years ago with Biggie, we're not really tripping on him like that, like so much, because at the end of the day, no matter how we look at it, that man knew exactly what he was doing in some senses, because he already felt like, okay, ain't nobody listening to my music no more.
Wow.
Ain't nobody listening to my music. No matter.
You think Puff ain't think people listen to his music?
No, I mean not to a point where even when they started saying Biggie's got questionable lyrics. So you changing the culture because now we're seeing something that, you know, if Biggie was having these funny ass lines and he was fooling the fuck out of us because we thought we was listening to some player shit.
Yeah, true that.
But you take that away and you go back to his music again. You know what I'm saying? You go back to his music. He knew he was losing that. He was losing that part of the game. That's why he couldn't keep the Day 26s and the Danity Kanes and the Cass. Like, who knows Cassie's song? Nobody.
Dude, I swear to God, I was thinking that. I'm like, she
Nobody
had one
knows
damn song that I
Cassie's
knew.
song,
And maybe
so-
she had another one before that. See, I'm gonna jump in there right quick.
And I'm gonna help you go back into what the freaky shit he was doing.
That's why I want to stay right here for that. And if you got anything you want to say, man, chime here. You can chime in right here. You can hit my inbox. You can hit the DM. You can text me. I'll get it down. But I mean, don't call me because it'll be on the air. So don't call.
Right.
It's gonna mess up my feed.
Right.
So this is the things that bothered me. And these are things I just heard recently.
Okay.
Like from Cassie's, the testimony she's done. Cassie said
Yes.
that Brother Love, a.k.a.
Love.
Diddy, Mr. Combs, would have her have sex with male sex workers. I'm not finished because, I mean, that is what it is. Prostitution been around since way before we even been invented. But this is what fucked me up. And this is what I want to say to the governor while the governor's sitting here because I know he ain't on this garbage.
Yeah.
This woman said Diddy had a male sex worker urinate in her mouth.
Yeah.
And then Diddy went behind him and urinated in her mouth. Now I'm only scratching the surface, y'all. But when I first heard that shit, I was like,
But
I mean, we gonna come back because this what Cassie say. She's gonna stand to say this shit, dog.
but even with that, with her.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So let's get it. What you think about that part right there?
Okay, because we were gonna get into the details.
Yeah, we gonna go some more.
Because that's just.
Duh.
Let me tell you something. I've heard of people with the sprinkler shit besides JoJo Dancing. Right? So most people don't realize it's a lot of motherfucking special people out here. Let's just go there.
Okay.
Cause you talking. Okay, sex, nothing, blase skippy.
Yeah.
But let me know, where do urination, shouts out to you, Kales, because you the one that started this shit. Kales, you started this peeing on people shit,
Yep,
right?
he did. Yep.
Now.
Thanks Chicago for that one.
Now, technically, Cassie, I understand you was trying to be in love. You was trying to serve this man of yours.
Yep,
You was already in the fucked up predicament in the first place. God even knows that even Kim Porter must have told him, I ain't doing that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? God bless her too.
Yep.
But back to Cassie. Cassie, because you know they've been trying to make you look kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly,
because the plaintiffs is
you
going to talk to her right
can
now.
ask any woman online right now, hey, sweetheart, unless you got some shit in you that I don't know about, 9 times out of 10, you can't ask no woman, can you pee on them? And they actually say yeah. Like, they're not going to say yeah to that. So her testimony, I can see it because maybe she had to just say, damn, I had to do that. But technically, the sex dude should get locked up for doing that, period. Like, he should get locked up. Like, because that in some type of sense, that's kind of, it's kind of hazardous to some type of
Kind of very.
Like I'm saying, I don't know what type of, but it's hazardous to something because that's not normal.
Right.
That's not normal for
Right.
one.
Right.
In
Don't
my
you worry
sex
about that.
guys, I never read, hey, yeah. And in between that pee in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? So, and plus we just talking about people that's got a lot of drugs and a lot of liquor and a lot of bullshit going on. Look, I was in the store the other day and saw this old man buy about 9 bottles of baby oil. I fell out laughing.
How old was it,
Man,
Timothy?
he had been about almost 80.
What
And I'm
old
talking about
school
he had about 7 bottles. I fell out laughing so hard because guess what? I know niggas who used to baby oil because they used to use that shit for their bodies.
Okay, for the body, yeah, but
Or and I know what you use it for too.
Yeah,
but
come on,
don't
man.
get me wrong. The average woman used to use baby oil just for her skin.
That's true.
Just for her skin.
I mean, it's for babies, baby oil.
Yeah, all that.
Babies.
So, but the fact that now, and I hope you get to this too. Now, this one it gets extra. But the peeing part, even the dude, and I heard the witness say, yeah, she kind of asked him to do it. I said, well, even as a man, you got a mama, you got a daughter, you got a, even you shouldn't have been like, nah, I can nut on you, but I ain't gonna be peeing in your mouth. Like that's just, you know, you gotta kiss somebody. Look, you gotta kiss somebody after you do any of that shit. But at least, I guess, at least the nut you can just blow that off. The other stuff is in your system. You know what I'm saying? You know how you say, girls, do you swallow or do you what you call it? That's sex. That's sex. Peeing, it's for the bathroom.
Okay. So now I'm going to say this out there because you have hit so many points on the head. But only thing I'm going to say, and this ain't no dig on you, never. This is my nigga right here. I ain't never messing on him. You might not have heard exactly what all she said because you just come up with something, but it's some more that touched, and you touched on it and may not have known that you touched on it. So let me get there. Okay, but I'm going to come back to the peeing part because you hit the nail on the head. You're going to have to kiss her again.
Did he too? Did he too?
Yeah, did he? I mean, he did it too. I see you, Bonnie Puff. That's my daughter and chimed in. We talking about the state I'm going to cover today. We talking about Diddy. So, and if you don't want to hear nothing about Diddy, baby girl, you can turn off this stuff because if I ever see Diddy come near you, I'm going to jail. Okay?
Diddy ain't going
nowhere. So, Palmer just touched on the fact that this sex worker allegedly urinated in Cassie's mouth.
Yes.
Then Diddy came behind him and urinated in Cassie's mouth. So the one thing that the prosecutor asked her, he said, "Did you willingly get down there to have a man urinate in your mouth?" And Cassie's response was, and I'm quoting it, but don't quote me on this, and we can go look it up. I don't mind that, but hey, I stand in front of anybody with this. Cassie said, I didn't want to have any man urinate on me. Like, damn. So even Palmer touched on this part of it. He was like, these people trying to be in love. Baby, let me say this to you. Don't love me that much.
Yeah.
Because if you finna let me piss on you, piss in your mouth, and then it ain't enough scope in the world to clean that out. Yeah. When you done had somebody pissed in your mouth, and then they can swash and burn it. Okay, now, hey, baby,
just tell me what part of the game is that though? Like, honestly, to me that's torture. Like, so okay, so let's get back to him though. Let's get back to
we back. We ain't through yet.
Let's get back to the pissing.
You want to chime in here, y'all. Join us, however. I don't care. Let's get back to the
pissing part. Let's get to the pissing part.
Go, because there's more. Go.
Diddy, of course, you know what I'm saying, and I get it, because you know right about now we're going to start blaming this shit on drugs and all that shit. But in true essence, right? Let's just go. Let's just think about it. That man knew his time was up. He knew it. That whole 90s field that he had ran for so long, it was diminishing. And then at the same time, he's still trying to, when you're trying to still stay relevant, you got to keep the people who still believe you the same person you was 30 years ago.
Exactly.
Even if you evolve.
Talk about that too.
So if Diddy had any sense, if this is the case, Diddy would not had all these little girls, because that's karma. That's karma. You having little girls after you being accused of being this heinous sex slave, because that's what you are. You're a sex slave, a slave master. You take that back, slave master.
Just know you throwing some darts out there, man. I'm loving this.
Now, in my man's case, it's more or less, you know, he got the power, and the devil's running strong with him.
I believe that
at that time.
Okay.
So if Diddy would not have got caught on that hotel camera at all, if he wouldn't have never lit that surface, we still wouldn't be talking about this.
You are correct. I believe that
because
too.
At the end of the day, we know people that's in the industry. We know people that do swinging shit. It's just America. Ain't nothing you can do about that. A lot of people a little bit more quiet and a little bit more reserved with their shit. But then you got people that do this. You can't do nothing with white people or rich people that do this shit because that's what they do. It's like, man, okay, I got all this money in the world. We can fly here, we can fly there. But that ain't fun unless we doing something that's just completely out of control. Because we want to see how far we can go.
Right.
And I think what happened with Diddy was fuck him peeing, fuck him nutting, fuck all that. He should have never got caught putting his hands on that girl. And none of this shit wouldn't have transpired. Now, if Diddy want to get nut put on him after she fuck. Hey, look, I done seen some niggas come behind girls and do some shit after the nigga did some shit to him. So you can't say you niggas ain't out here like that. But when a man, first of all, two men in the room is always gonna be suspect to me. I don't give a fuck if that nigga in the corner or whatever. You're gonna see extra balls and shit swinging, and guess what? Unless you're a blind motherfucker, you're looking. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And obviously Diddy had some issues or something, or he took too many blue pills. He couldn't take them no more because. As fine as Cassie's supposed to.
Shout out to Blue Chew. I will advertise for you. Continue.
As fine as Cassie is, she had no business fucking no outside niggas, and you was claiming her to be your girl. That's somebody was shortcoming. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm gonna look, if we gonna have an orgy, motherfucker, look, let's just everybody go in everybody's other room. But I'm not gonna sit in the room and watch my girl really just get down because I ain't got shit else to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, hey, bitch, we gonna lay here until I get back straight again.
Come on, man.
Now, this is me though, so I'm just saying, like.
And I'm glad you talking, Tilly, because I want you to get it out. I want you to say some shit. I got some shit to say on this boy.
Diddy Gang really didn't matter to nobody until he actually got caught jumping that girl. And that's it. I mean, I wish the man the best of luck because I'm pretty sure he like, damn. But if Diddy was gay, who would have cared? As long as he produces the great music. Just like most of them other sneak motherfuckers who
Elton John been there longer than Diddy had.
But Elton John, if you saw Rocket Man, you saw how he got down. So what I'm saying is him and Queen and them, they do what they were doing back in them days.
Fred Mercury, yeah.
Back in them days. Now them completely different. The last person that had anything remotely to this was like a Luke.
Yeah. And I'm glad you touching stuff, man.
He never got caught. Doing no goofy shit. Yeah. So Diddy just got caught in that lifestyle where, and they said it in court. Oh, he's a swinger. I'm like, oh, okay, well, if you are a swinger, my nigga, that's cool, but still but be an open swinger.
Yeah.
Be open with your shit. That way we can't judge.
Okay.
If Diddy was telling nigga, oh man, yeah, I got Cassie and 2 other niggas in the room. He's like, damn, Diddy, you a freak motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna have my people around you, but you a freak motherfucker.
Right.
But everything else that man doing, let's be honest with you, who gives a fuck? Like, who cares? Like, this man, he might walk. He might walk.
See, you hitting topics, man.
He might walk because there's no laws that saying you can't have orgies. You can't have freak offs. Now, how they trying to put it is you flying motherfuckers state to state, hoop blah, hoop
and they
blah.
reaching with that. They're reaching.
I got that part, but
They
guess
reaching.
what? If I go out of town and I just so happen to meet two broads that wanted me to freak on them out of town, I didn't fly out of town to meet them two motherfuckers. I flew out of town to go out of town and just came up. Is that sex trafficking, motherfucker? No, I call that fucking bum luck.
See?
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Man,
bum luck. So,
you done hit some topics, bro. I'm going to jump in here on some stuff, man.
Go ahead, but
Let me finish this off and I'm going to get to...
back to Diddy.
Yeah.
And Cassie.
We going back. I ain't through with him.
Back to Diddy and Cassie. The only reason that shit went wrong is because she was trying to escape.
Right.
And he should have let her walk.
He should have let her go.
He should have let her walk. Stop, because they're going to have more fun trying to actually see what he did than actually have feelings for what this girl went through. So it's going to be like, yeah, nigga, you destroyed her whole life. But, because here you are sitting here pregnant. Your baby swimming with pee. Damn, God forgive me for that one. But that's how I would look at it.
Pretty much. All right, so, man, Governor, you... Woo! We done gave the governor the keys to the Porsche, and he put the car on the road,
and I'm trying to actually be a little cordial about it.
You are,
You know
and you've
what I'm
been
saying?
extremely cordial. But
it's mind-boggling. Like I say, this is not the time and the day to cross people.
Because they got these damn cameras.
Man, they got that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the stuff you entrust in
Internet,
people.
yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I think what really went wrong too for her was, you know how you got to live in that situation where you kind of don't have a choice. Mm-hmm. So it's almost like, and let's just think about it. She been in competition the whole time. Kim Porter. Yeah. I don't even think she had problems with other women. I think it was more or less Diddy's fantasy to tarnish her image. And he did a good job of it, but he was still claiming her. You know, he's still hugged up. Mm-hmm. So to me, it's like his cry for help was a lot more different than people not realizing she was trapped in some shit that she couldn't get out. So it's demonic.
Yeah, we got to give it some type of title, man, because the stuff that this man did,
it was demonic.
What they're saying he did.
It was demonic, and you're going to trial for it. Now, can they convict him on? They going to probably get on something, but it's not going to be nothing to a point because he's going to get the time served, whatever the case might be. And by the trial being in New York,
and who's a person who does a lot around New York, who happens to actually be the leader of the free country right now that he's friends with,
the man,
the POTUS.
But he ain't gonna touch on that.
I beg to differ, but continue. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. Not right now.
Not right now. Not Mr. Touchy Head.
Not right now. Yeah.
He ain't gonna touch on that.
But shit, he got 3 more years, 3 some change to do.
Now, if Diddy get in trouble, he might help him.
Yeah, he gonna help him when he get to the end, because Diddy ain't finna get assassinated in prison. Well, hopefully not.
He
gonna do these 3 years.
First of all, ain't nothing gonna happen to him because.
They got Tory Lanez.
Tory Lanez, I get him though. You from Canadian.
Yeah, a Canadian mouthpiece.
You from Canada, and you got caught up in the wrong part of the states, and you were framed. So that's different.
The motherfuckers didn't frame him when they stabbed the shit out of his ass.
No.
That's what I'm talking about. I don't know about his case, but he in jail getting stabbed.
But you shouldn't be.
You shouldn't be in jail at all.
You shouldn't be in jail. And the person that supposedly got you put in jail either lied or somebody just didn't want to fess up.
Dude, I don't want to be nowhere where I'm getting stabbed. If you're gonna stab me, I don't want to be there. I'm not gonna go get stabbed. And we ain't talking about Tory Lanez right now. I'm not done with Diddy, so I got man. So I'm gonna let you finish up this thing.
What you got for me with him on now? Because we got over the P part. The P was extra.
You got over the P part, but I'm
No,
gonna
I'm
move
saying
on.
the P part was a little extreme, but it was like, okay, all right, nigga. Now, but again, sweetheart, I don't give a fuck who you is. You have a right to refuse something. You know what I'm saying? Because I put it to you like this: if you drank pee and didn't let them go back door, something wrong with you.
Yeah, you taking all the nastiness that then left your body, the stuff that the body has done with the excrement that it's gotten rid of. You're recycling it and taking it back inside of you through unconventional measures, meaning your mouth or your vagina or your asshole. What the fuck are you thinking about?
Now you're supposed to just use 2 of your holes, not 3. Now,
Not for that.
You're going to use the mouthpiece, suck it, and then pull it back. But the pen is for the toilet.
Man,
sorry.
look here. I'll stick it every hole you got, but goddammit, I'm not about to feed you none of that stuff.
So,
that's why a lot of motherfuckers are full of shit. They out there eating groceries.
Yeah.
You're full of shit.
Yeah.
Don't put your tongue in nobody's asshole. That's where the negative stuff comes out. The stuff you don't need no more. Stop it. Shit. And I'm back on Diddy, goddammit, because the motherfucker did one other thing that I wanted you to address, man.
Let's go.
So it was said, and Cassie said this on the stand.
Okay.
That Diddy would have the male sex workers putting his sperm on her nipples.
Yeah, on her torso.
On her titty nipples.
No, a torso.
Whatever. She ain't saying no damn torso. She said her nipples.
Okay.
He didn't put nut on her nipples.
To put him on Diddy.
Diddy went and he ate the babies off the nipples. Why would you put another man's sperm, the thing that he uses to inoculate eggs with, you put it on her nipples and you licked it, you son of a bitch? Yeah. That's wrong. Yeah, you ain't gotta be gay to do that. I don't care. That ain't got shit to do with homosexuality.
That's just nasty.
What? And this woman is saying this shit on the stand. I'm sitting here like...
Now, testimony a motherfucker now. Don't get me wrong. That testimony...
But you said something during your whole rant that even made sense. And I'm going to say this out loud, and it feels terrible to say out loud, but
yeah.
Is it illegal to put sperm on a woman's nipples and you lick it off?
I thought she put it on his chest.
No, she put it on her chest.
That's terrible.
But it's not against the law, that's first off.
Yeah.
So I looked at it like this. The reason they even throwing stuff out there about him peeing in her mouth and him licking sperm off of her and him using the sex worker's sperm as lubrication for him to come behind the sex worker and penetrate her and having sex with her with the male's sperm as her lubrication.
Okay.
Nigga, what's wrong with you?
I'm gonna have to listen to some little.
You gotta go, man. I'm telling you, that's why I said I need you to sit here, dog, because I knew.
No, listen, I got. Look,
she said this shit. I
saw. Look, I watched. Shouts out to.
We see you out there, Rush Diesel. You gonna have to get in here too, dog.
Shouts out to D. What's his name? Dean WG, because he made me laugh.
Yeah. Dean wasn't. I know you're talking about. He is funny. He's hilarious.
He was talking about it.
Dude.
No, man, it's kind of quite sad because the funny part about it is, I want to know, because I know Diddy. I know Diddy more or less was like, okay, I'm gonna knock this. I'm gonna have to do something with this because everybody in the industry always used to play like they didn't think he was on nothing like that. But then when he decided to, like some of the interviews he used to do, he used to tell on himself, and we just really wasn't paying it no attention because we thought that came with the fame. When you talking to ordinary people, we're gonna look over that because you know, most of us we just trying to get through the day. So we're actually living most of our lives through entertainers or whatever the case might be. Some of us got a little bit more common sense than that, but at the same time, it's always good to be an outsider looking in because a lot of people will say if you was invited to a Diddy party, you can't tell me you probably wouldn't have went. You probably, because you probably would have just thought you would have been coming up, right? Now this is just ordinary people. Now imagine you trying to break into the industry. Let's go with Kanye for one.
Okay, I'm glad you touched on him too.
Let's go with that for one.
Mm-hmm.
If Kanye wouldn't have never got up with Jay-Z or Rockefeller at all, Kanye would still be a Chicago producer. Right? He would have still been a producer. Mm-hmm. But he got a taste of that life because that's what he was chasing at first. He got a taste of the life. So you think about it, okay, I get this money, I get the... That's why he's so... You mean to tell me, out of all them women in Hollywood, you had chose Kim Kardashian, not because she was the finest woman in the world, but you probably envied Ray J. Because Ray J was the only motherfucker that made her relevant. Not Reggie Bush, not that Blake nigga. None of them made her relevant. Ray J made her relevant. Yeah. So when she got famous for getting nutted on, you know what I'm saying? That's when we knew, oh, y'all using motherfuckers as objects now. Okay, I get it. But y'all making it look cool and famous to slut motherfuckers out. Or to, you know what I'm saying? Because if this your girlfriend, my nigga, you at that day and age right now, you can't even show your homie. Because your homie gonna be like, shit, bitch, he showed me the video. There go your motherfucking nigga going behind your back because you done showed him the video. Boy, I say skip you. Now what? The nigga want her cause... But if he didn't want it in the first place. But if you give the nigga the extra incentives to say, oh man, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We do this and we do that. And she be like, yeah, that's what we do. Next thing you know, that nigga in her inbox talk about, yeah, that nigga told me y'all be doing shit like this and this, that, and the third. Next thing you know, she like, nigga, you told that nigga we did this, but then you don't find out until after the nigga fucked on her. Because now she done got something on you, and she got the revenge because the nigga told that you did some slick shit.
And motherfuckers was looking for that back in the day, because you remember in Thin Line Between Love and Hate, Martin Lawrence movie, when him and Big Worm was in the alley and he was trying to buy the stuff out the truck, and he was like, man, hook me up with a dog. He was like, you fucked it. He said, nah, I ain't fucking, but you should shock my dick, dog.
Yeah,
and
see,
he was like,
that's what I'm saying. So,
give me the number.
so now what I can say though, in Diddy's case, that nigga actually might really love her.
We kicking it, y'all. This is the state I was actually going to cover today because I never went into it because I let Palmer get on the camera and Palmer then ran with it, which I wanted him to do. But the state I was covering today is the state of recovery.
Yeah, here we
because go. I'm not sure that Diddy going to recover from that. And that's kind of, I wasn't even going in that direction yet, but Palmer to hit some topics, man. I'm going to touch these last couple and then we just going to do what the hell we do. This is Breakfast at Silky's is more like a kickback than anything. We just in here shooting the breeze. And this is a topic that is in our culture.
It's our culture, yeah.
We watch TV, man, and I like to watch TV and see people that look like me because I know that they can get there. That's why I do this stuff, man. I ain't the first dude to make no podcast or have no damn TV show. Arsenio Hall had a late night talk show, and it was incredible, and we loved it. And what got Arsenio off the air, and people don't even want to say this, and it's a shame, him going to talk to motherfucking Louis Farrakhan, trying to get him on the show. That's when the cancel culture was, oh, we don't want Farrakhan on NBC. No, let's cancel him. That's what they did.
We don't need that.
Right.
That's
so
hilarious.
But I wanted to touch, man, Palmer, the motherfuckers, he's cerebral. I love this smart ass dude. He's cerebral. He threw out there to stay relevant. That is a huge topic because staying relevant is critical to the whole thing.
It's actually the real gesture. Like,
that's what I'm going through now.
Yeah.
I mean, look, y'all, I'm going to say this out loud. I am in my own radio station, God damn it. And I'm saying it out loud, and it's mine.
Right.
Awesome 90.9 WSLK. Should I spell it right for you? WSILK. Where it's always all silk all the time. Yeah. I had to do my own damn radio station because WGCI wouldn't hire me.
Yeah.
D103 wouldn't hire me.
Yeah.
About 92 wouldn't hire me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck it. They're not the only motherfuckers that know how to do radio. Fuck them.
Yeah.
I know how to do it too.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm here in my radio station talking about this Diddy shit.
But
and I ain't through, because that little
but-
motherfucker need to get smacked upside his head. Fuck Diddy. What you talking about?
But he's relevant.
He's more relevant than me because
No, I'm talking about you.
Oh, I'm trying to stay relevant.
Yeah.
That's why I like that word, because I'm trying to stay relevant.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
why the fuck I got closed down 3 weeks in being in business when some motherfucker lied on me. Yeah. They lied on me, dog, because I'm the motherfucking, I'm the kingpin. I bought a building to sell. Look at me, I'm knocking over shit. I'm getting that excited, y'all. To sell fucking food and stuff out of.
And drinks.
Right, food and liquor.
Yeah.
And then the motherfucker, and they came, I swear, if y'all would have saw these punk ass police, and look, I love the police now, don't get me wrong. I got some of my people, some of Palmer's people, part of the detail. We love y'all. We talking about these old thirsty ass, rookie ass cops, because that's what they look like. Because the way the motherfucker wrote the report up, that was a rookie. A seasoned veteran would not have wrote that report because a veteran would have like, man, stop it. Don't be selling shit out here. Close the damn door and cut it out.
Y'all go over here and do what y'all do.
Right, but these pussy ass rookies try to write this, and the shit is so that's why I said when I went to trial yesterday, the day before, they threw that shit out.
And
They was
congratulations.
Like,
I meant to first of all, I wanted to say that first. Because that's more important than what we're talking about.
It really is.
He beat alive. Hey, he beat his first case.
I'm the mayor pin.
Shouts out to the mayor pin.
I'm the mayor pin. I'll whoop Daredevil ass if he walked up right now. I'm Kingpin Mayor
Look,
Pin.
and we get off the subject. But that's one brother whose confidence was not going to be discouraged. I was like, I had almost said, this is the first time I ever sat back and like, oh, okay. And with no questions asked. I was like, oh, okay. Because I knew he had it. You know what I'm saying? Now, I think, we got to get back on Diddy so we won't lose touch.
Yep.
I think at the end of the day, if he wasn't humble, he's going to be super humble. I'm going to say he's probably a better person now because he has not really had to indulge in anything. And see, one thing you don't play with is technically, or two things.
Come on.
Your health and your freedom, right?
True that.
So, we're not concerned about if Diddy and them being tested or any of that goofy nigga shit. We just worried about the fact that he's doing this so-called freak off shit, which is only important to the white laws, and they've been doing this shit for over thousands of years. So, and they're more or less prone to be able to sweep their shit under the rug. Why you think when they say settle, that's the word settle mean? So what Diddy went wrong was, he got so egotistic, maybe he was influenced with the drugs. A lot of that could have happened. I'm not gonna knock that. You know, if you on heavy drugs and you don't really know what you're doing, I'm not gonna say you don't have no sense, but it could cloud your judgment. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, we're still talking about staying relevant. Now, if he's selling liquor, he went from music to clothes to liquor, right? Okay. You're going to only have a run at the most of a couple of years. He had a run for 20, almost going on 3 decades. He's still at a point where his kids was finna be the new him.
Oh, no.
No, what I mean was they was going to be the new him mogul-wise. This is the man we talking about. We ain't talking about the mogul no more. We talking about the man. He had enough wealth. If he would have just left it well alone, he could have found him a new Cassie, or he could have did something different. But he got greedy because he already knew he had the manipulation game going on, especially on her. Because if you think about it, the Mary J's, the all them the Missies, and all these famous people, all them people that he had kind of came up with, or whatever the case might be, they never been in a good situation in the first place.
You said something else, Key.
None of them been in a good position in the first place. So if you wiping everybody, and he's really only getting his karma because he really probably did some shit he had no business doing. It was past peeing. You know what I'm saying? He all that shit just let you know all things in some cases come to an end.
Oh, everything.
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying
yeah.
Because if you're not balancing it right, what he was doing was devil work. You know what I mean? It's almost like to dust the dawn. That's some vampire shit, right?
Yeah.
So he couldn't get out of that part of it. He couldn't get out of that part of it because he had got so in tune with it. Like in other words, that was making him relevant. He probably actually thought that was keeping him relevant because you went off on you wasn't doing business no more.
Mm-hmm.
You wasn't doing business no more. You wasn't, you trying to play like, see what he should have did was, he should have left them white folks alone when it came to that alcohol. You should have found a whole nother distributor or found a whole nother liquor to sell. You shouldn't have never let that tape surface. You shouldn't have never settled out afterwards. Because what people fail to realize is settling only, when you settle out of court, they normally can close a seal. Right? They normally can close a seal, especially if the feds or nobody don't get their hands on it. But in the RICO case, it's more or less intimidation, you know what I'm saying? Like more, it's gang related. Him fucking ain't a RICO. Him threatening people or saying I'm exposed. Now, if you got over 3,000 videos, this nigga been fucking for almost 30 years now, G. It's a lot of videos, G. It's a lot of videos. So, you're more or less extorting people for sex. Now, that's against the law. Extortion for sex.
Yeah.
Prostitution is against the law.
Yeah.
But but if I didn't tell you I paid for this motherfucker, how is it against the law?
True.
They never had to say they hired anybody. But guess what happened? The paperwork followed them. Paperwork followed them. Like, there's no way you would have known you was a sex anything unless you had paperwork. So if you know a motherfucker who use male escorts and you go online and they gotta put your name and shit on the fucking piece of paper, that's paperwork.
Yeah. That's what usually closes cases. I mean, I worked in loss prevention for many years.
Like,
so the paper trail.
Yeah, dude. Then he got caught because of paper trail and a whole bunch of baby oil.
Man, he's a fucking moron. I'm gonna go into some other stuff that you touched on real quick because you said, relevant. He's trying to stay relevant.
Trying to stay relevant. That's number one.
At this point, if your shit ain't no good, then fuck you, retire.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say that part. Let me continue. You said he had these little girls out there doing their thing. Well, it's been even said that he had little boys too.
Right.
Usher, Justin Bieber, B2K. Those people have been linked to Diddy sexually as well. And it's like, dude, hold on. And I'm gonna say this. Look, we as a society have decided that in some states in America, 17 is the limit, but in most real states, 18 is the limit. So once you're 18, even though we say, we still give you that term of affection, that 18, you're a teenager still, even though you're at the end of your teen years, you are approaching adulthood. You can actually sign up to be in the service, select the service. You got to. So you can go die for your country at 18, but you can't drink for your country until you're 21.
Yeah.
You can't smoke weed until you're 21. You're not supposed to do anything sexually with somebody until even though 18 is the cut, 21 is really where it is.
Well, they want you to do it consensual.
Man, fuck that dumb shit. Let me go into this Diddy shit from some more. Because if he's touching anybody and he's an adult, and he's touching somebody under the age of adult, fuck you.
Yeah,
and that's all I got to say on that.
Now, see,
I don't give no fuck.
See, it's gonna get interesting. It'll get interesting.
Nah,
because they hiding, but ain't nobody gonna really. They got enough on him. They got enough on him with the hired help and that one girl. Now that one girl might be able to. All she's gonna do is not. Even if he kind of get off, he's still not gonna be the same. They not gonna gravitate to him like that because now they gonna be scared to be around him.
True that.
But when you think about it at the end of the day, I think he more or less. When you're narcissistic like he is, you probably just never gonna think you did nothing wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I could even go with that because he don't think he's done anything wrong.
Probably gonna,
he's just being a freak.
Yeah,
he's freak. Man, it's the what's the culture? The name of the freak offs. Yeah, I'm a freak. I'm freaking off. I'm freaking.
So do you arrest the nigga who made up the freak Nick?
No. Because if you're gonna arrest somebody, I got a name right here that I want you to say something about, and it really goes to all this shit. And I got another one down here that I'm gonna bring up, but this name right here, Hugh Hefner.
Oh, the pimp.
Hugh Hefner, y'all. Are you telling me that the motherfucking stories from the Playboy Mansion wasn't the same as the shit from the freak offs?
But
no, fuck that. Nope.
But Hugh Hefner made it look corporate.
He
made it look corporate.
I told you the nigga cerebral.
He made it look corporate.
He made it look like a business. He took a Playboy magazine, a magazine with naked women, wrote some little stories about them and let them talk about themselves and then put some advertising in there. And that's what drew people there. I want to be on the Playboy magazine. So if I'm going to be on the Playboy magazine, I got to put on my best Playboy outfit and go to the Playboy Mansion. Talk about the stories in the grotto.
But it was modern day pimping. It was modern
day. That was the regular day. That was beyond
what I'm saying
been
is,
pimp for a long time.
What I'm saying,
why is Diddy going through the shit that Hefner should have went through? You think Hefner didn't do the shit Diddy did? I got one more name for you, bro. Clive Davis.
Oh, he just...
People say that Clive Davis was the one that groomed Diddy. Look, I'm sitting here. This is a grown-ass man right here. We in our 50s, yo. I'm almost there. I'm 3 months away.
But
we grown. What? No, my mom used to say this to me and rest her soul. My mom used to say, I don't want you to go nowhere with any of these baseball coaches because a lot of these baseball coaches are pedophiles. I don't want these grown men trying to take you somewhere and assault you.
We didn't even know what pedophiles was.
Didn't know, y'all.
We didn't know
because we go through a lot of that shit. Not talking about these athletes today and the shit that they go through.
But when you hit on Clive, right?
Oh, I ain't through. Yeah, we gonna come on that.
When you say Clive.
Yeah.
Okay. Diddy gave me the impression that he was willing to go however far it needed to go. Because some people have that ambition that they don't have no limitations to what they're going to do. Yeah. Now, personally, do I think Clyde Davis, I think Clyde Davis more or less pampered him. I don't think Clyde Davis was I don't think he that lied to just get no nigga to just do exactly what he wanted to do, except for the dollar. But I don't think he's gonna make him compromise. Now, I'll put it like this. Now, I could believe you if you say Clyde Davis was sitting in the corner. Why did he was fucking Cassie and jacking off.
Who's to say he wasn't? He was
saying, I can say that.
I bet you he was. I bet you he was.
And like I said, even with that being said and done, I don't think it's enough money. Well, probably not in Diddy's case. I don't think it's enough money to compromise too much of your humanity unless you just really already there. If you a silent gay motherfucker or you a motherfucker that just know you a freak, it doesn't matter. You get what I'm saying? But if you throw $1 in my face, even the freakiest motherfucker gonna have to think about it. Do I want this old motherfucker on me like that? Or something stupid. You know what I mean?
Yes,
but again, we're going to use this word again. The power of the paper and the pen sometimes can compromise anybody's notion of anything regular. So if I can say, man, I used to hear this nigga used to say, and it was a joke to him. I thought the shit was like foul. But he used to say, would you suck a nigga dick for $1 million? And I say, what the fuck are you even bringing that up for? I don't even want to be in a room with a nigga by myself, let alone thinking about doing that. And then you put, guess what? $1 to it. So if you put $1 to it, but the question was, would you do this for it? depending on the question. You already premeditated that question. You just wanted to see what somebody else gonna fucking fall. Yeah, nigga, I'd do that shit for $1 million.
Grooming.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how you know the power of what you call it, the persuasion or some type of what's that word I'm using for him? When you manipulate.
Manipulate. Yeah.
Manipulation comes in way different type of shapes and forms. It can come to you pleasant. It can come to you kind of slide. Or it can come to you direct, depending on what type of person you are. But most of the time when somebody get compromised to do something they don't really want to do, it was something offered to them. And then they have to make a what you call it. But Clive, what I can say Clive probably told Diddy a long time ago was, man, let me see your penis. And I give you the extra $6.5 million. Now, he probably could have said some shit like that. And I could believe
among other things, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nigga, you want this real money? Because that's all they say. Do you really want to be famous? Do you really want to do this?
Will you
so you
sell
do
your
know,
soul? Okay.
besides you independent people, the idea of selling your soul is to get the deal that you never thought you was going to be able to obtain. Now, if you're a business person or a person that just got confidence in yourself, you're going to do what this man did. Woke up one morning and say, man, I'm about to own the radio station. All right, Dust, I'll talk to you in a couple of days. A couple of days later, the nigga actually had the station. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But guess who he only compromised with? Himself. He didn't compromise with nobody else. He didn't need permission from nobody else to take his shit to the next level. He just needed the motherfucking space. And he got it. Now see, when somebody don't have that opportunity, and I put it to you like this. If we was offering $1 million on this cast right now and say, oh man, all you gotta do is bring us a orange shirt. You know how many people be lined up outside with an orange shirt? Rather they stopped and brought one, found the old one, blase, scoop, because it's called opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And Diddy and all these people who got this fame and this power, they had opportunities. Rather you did something good with your opportunity, rather you did something bad with your opportunity, you had an opportunity. Now, the other word I'm finna use is options. You can opt not to do that. You can opt to do that. Hey man, I'm a little curious. Let me see what this is about. But if I don't like it, it has to stop. Most people who try to manipulate people make them do something that they normally wouldn't do. So Cassie might have been a freak, or she might just thought she was doing this because she was in love, because she was still younger. But at the end of the day, his manipulation was, I can't let this girl let motherfuckers know how I really get down.
And that probably is the key.
That's where he was. When that man came out with that towel, he didn't even have enough guts to put no shorts on. He didn't have enough sense to put a shirt, shorts, and some flip-flops on. You chasing this girl out the room let you know that it was another person in the room waiting on you to come back, because there was no way she was fully dressed.
Right.
And halfway out the door.
Right.
And then honestly, if she really wanted not to get caught, she would have took the fucking stairs.
Boy, I was hoping you said that. Man, I was hoping you said that.
So we were supposed to see all that. I don't think Diddy wanted us to see it, but if she really wanted to escape, and ain't no telling how the goddamn elevator floor was that she was trying to get on. Because if you was running for your life, you would have been running. You wouldn't have been standing there. That nigga wouldn't have been able to come, and they still walk down a long ass corridor to get to you to the elevator, and instantly grabbed you. That's when he knew he fucked up. So guess what? He did that, and then he came out with that apology. I'm about to tell you, I didn't even know he was in trouble. That whole time. Even with the apology. I didn't even know he had did that shit until after they started making it kind of obvious. Like, okay, this nigga did it tripping. But guess what? Those are higher powers. And they got shit to do with nobody else except the karma gods. Like, period. Like, and then you hide behind all that religion. See, one thing you don't do, man, be on bullshit and hide behind God. Don't do that.
That's the first thing they do, though.
Just don't do that. Hey, if you're gonna be a bullshitter, be a complete bullshitter. But don't hide behind God and be on some bullshit. Because guess what? That makes you a perpetrator. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like people who you know, we can wear crosses and all that shit. You know, that ain't nothing but material. But if you don't believe in what you're wearing, you just fucking wearing shit.
Come on.
Hey, look, I seen a lot of people come and go. And a lot of the shit they did, it's like, damn, nigga, okay. But it never affected the way I thought of it. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, even with Diddy, if he wouldn't have actually came out with that towel on and jumped that girl the way he did, Jay-Z would still be fucking with him.
He brought it back to the jigger.
Because now him and Jay ain't friends.
I mean,
what?
Jay stopped fucking with Kels too.
No, he wasn't Kel's friend though.
No, he wasn't, but he stopped fucking with him.
He wasn't Kel's friend.
But he stopped fucking with him.
And look, that's still another
Money
subject.
talks. Yeah.
Because guess what? At the end of the day, I still kind of think, I think they set Jay-Z, I think Jay-Z and them set R. Kelly up.
Wow.
Honestly, I think they set him up. Not so much of but they set him up. Because I put it to you like this. Even when I knew, let's just say, Aaliyah was hanging out with them or whatever the case might have been. Once I kind of got wind Damon Dash was fucking with Aaliyah for real. Because, see, I think Aaliyah didn't like Jay-Z. I think something just didn't go right with her.
Nigga probably old with giant lips.
Well, shit, this is when they was young.
Right. So, younger, I'm talking shit.
But what I'm saying is, even when R. Kelly did that to her, it kind of got brushed under the thing, kind of quick. But everybody in Chicago will always have that main joke.
Oh, we at the buzzer. Yeah, go ahead.
That main joke. Y'all seen R. Kelly at school, or you seen R. Kelly at 87 at the
that was no joke. He was
McDonald's.
at Hyde Park.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's Chicago. We know that.
That nigga was at Hyde Park.
Yeah, you know,
he
we
was.
know that. You know what I'm saying? But if he went to, now what he did was he went over state line and did some bullshit, which was to go get this girl from Detroit. Now that's,
see, we got to pull Palmer back because he finna start a whole nother podcast because you know Kels is a whole story. So
yeah, I said, but
I got to pull Palmer back. I'm bringing it over here. I got to stop him, y'all. I done gave him the keys to the Porsche and he won't stop. We're not going to talk about Kels right now. We were talking about Diddy, but the man is a fucking, he's cerebral. Because he hitting some topics. We gonna stop it there because I gotta stop him, y'all, because I didn't let him do. He like, he ready to, man. I got to, I had to put my governor on stop for a second, man. Because I'm about to wrap this up. You know, I don't like to go longer than an hour on podcasts, but I'm glad that I woke his ass up. So the next time we get him, we gonna get him. So I want to say this about, and I said my state that I was covering is the recovery. Will Diddy ever recover from this stuff? Honestly, from a fan's perspective, I don't believe so. I don't think he will. However, we recover from trials and tribulations in life. Cassie is very pregnant right now. She's with her husband. They are expecting their child. So she's doing recovery. The reason why she's testifying, they're saying that the feds got involved in this.
Yeah.
And I'm still not seeing where the sex acts, that's why they keep putting on this sex trafficking. Do we really know what that consists of? Because like one of the lawyers said, I was listening to, said that people think sex trafficking is when you're physically detaining someone and taking them over the state lines and forcing them to be sexual.
Like in a van.
Right. That's not how it goes down all the time. That does happen in sex trafficking, but this particular case is not that. This is what I want to see from this, though. I need the music industry to be rehabbed.
Okay.
Because right now, there's no excuse for a person to say, I just signed with Bad Boy and I signed a 10-record deal, but that's contingent on them actually putting you to work and starting the process on the deal. We don't need that shit.
Right.
You know, I'm a record producer.
Right.
I am a brand. I produce music. I've made my own CD. I got 2 CDs that I done made that I produced. That's not, I mean, I'm not Diddy. I'm not saying that I'm close to being Diddy. I don't want to be Diddy. The point is, you can be independent.
Facts.
You can have a career. Even if you don't get up underneath Diddy's umbrella, up under all these greats, Kanye and whomever else is sitting at the top of the pinnacle, because right now, they're chipping at the top of us, y'all.
Facts.
They took Diddy down, which his ass probably should have came down. He was a little too big for his britches.
No,
and all the stories
go
that's,
there.
you know,
Go
that's
there.
stitched there.
Yeah, go there.
It may have been time for Diddy to go and step to the side.
He should have.
Maybe he did some shit that we don't know about.
He should have.
That's coming to light.
Thank you.
Get out the way.
Yeah.
Let's take that stuff away from music.
Yeah.
If Jay-Z is doing shit, take that part from it. Now, I would really be so disappointed with Jay if he is doing that shit, because not only does he have the most beautiful woman in the world, and I'm saying it out loud, yeah, Beyonce fine than a motherfucker.
Yeah.
She's an incredible artist.
Yeah.
The woman is a singer. She's a producer. She's a writer. You ain't got to do shit else, Jay. Let Beyonce, Beyonce.
Yeah.
And get the fuck on out the way. Nigga, your rhymes ain't never been that hot no way. You good. I like Jay. Jay is not big. That's why he cling to Biggie. Yeah. Jay is, shit, he ain't Nas. But Nas didn't have the firepower to fuck with him until he had one song.
Yeah.
Jay did a bunch. Nas made Ether. Shut Jay ass up. He shut him down and shut him up with that one song.
Yeah.
Cool. This is the thing. We gotta recover from all this nonsense going on, y'all.
There's a lot of nonsense.
I'm definitely in recovery mode.
Yeah.
And if I can recover, you can recover. Recover from the bullshit that you go through.
Right.
But pace yourself and understand what you're getting involved in.
Yeah.
And if you see
who
yourself
and who you get people involved with.
and if you see yourself contributing to the downfall of another human being, find it in yourself and peace be still. Stop. Don't do that, y'all.
That's good.
That's my time, man. Hey, you like this podcast? Like it, share it, be here. We do this breakfast at Silky's every day, usually around 11 o'clock. I like to get the late morning, early afternoon time.
It's like the brunch state.
But that's what we doing, man. Thank you for checking us out. Me and my dog, I got to put him back on the camera. The governor, the gov.
Shouts out to everybody.
Shouts out to everybody.
Shouts out to everybody.
Hey, talk about it, man. You want to be a part of this? Like it, subscribe, share, hit me in the inbox. I'm looking to bring in more talent to Awesome 90.9 WSLK. God bless you. I love you. I'm done.
Peace. You hot.
I be trying, man. Let me cut this thing off.
I love America. Diddy in trouble.
Yep, Diddy out of there.
Diddy in trouble, cuz.
Yes, he is.
That nigga's in trouble.
Hey, my YouTube audience, y'all. Thank you for chiming in, man. It's been my pleasure. Hey, get with your boy, because we about to kick this thing off. It's going to go much differently. The more I learn, the more things I get in touch with. And y'all want to be a part of this, man? Come on and be down with your boy. Like, subscribe, share. That qualifies. That's a Funky Finger production. Love y'all. Out of here.